Hey gang, it's Paul with Stud Pack. Welcome back to the channel. Jordan and I are actually up here in False River, Louisiana on this Saturday morning. We're headed to some friend's house. We're gonna help them out with a serious problem at their house. People are falling through the floors. We were actually up here about 3 months ago, helped them out with a bathroom. When you open the door to the bathroom, you just saw the wood floor and rotten joist. And in 3 days, we transformed that bathroom completely. By the time we were done, we had a finished floor, a brand new shower, and running water. So we're gonna try to help them out with this rotten floor today in the hallway and do another section of the house. I see we're about here to the job site. Let's go check it out. All right, we're here in the main hallway and check it out. I'm staying towards the left where we have some solid flooring. I'm gonna grab the tape measure. What do we have there? About 5.5 inch drop. What we have here is a complete failure of the subfloor system. In fact, come on down here and let's check it out. If you look through here, this is where somebody fell through. And you can see the subfloor, the 1x6 diagonals that were going this way, they're actually sitting on the dirt. And in addition to all that, I can see a joist right here, a 2x8 right here. So that means there should be one about 16 inches over where my hands are. Well, it's gone too. Now right behind me is the bathroom that Jordan and I fixed up in that 3-day weekend. And this is rock solid, all new framing, and you can see the edge of our new plywood. But just 1 or 2 steps from the safest part of the house, we come to the most dangerous part of the house. But it's not just this hallway where the subfloor is rotten. Let's walk back here and check it out. Look at that. So see this hump right here? That's where the next sill is. So we have a little support right here. That's why there's a hump. Look at this board. They're just splitting right in half. Look at that. Really bad right here. And as I get to the front of the house, now I'm on safe ground. So what would cause a subfloor in a house to completely fail like this? Let's head outside and see if we can find some clues. All right, here we are outside, and since Jordan and I already worked on that bathroom, we know how this house was built, how it was framed, and we know why it failed. Come over here and check it out. So on a raised foundation home here in the South, what they typically do is they'll finish off the front of the house with brick right here so it looks nice from the street. But on the sides, it'll just be open so you get plenty of ventilation under the house. About 30 years ago, they put a brick veneer here on the sides and the back of the house. They brought it all the way down to the ground and they completely blocked off all that ventilation. Yeah, they added a few grates like this, but it's simply not enough. And if you come over right here, you can tell exactly what I'm talking about. Here's that brick veneer that was put in 30 years ago, and here's the original solid front in the front of the house. And I don't know if you can see back there, Jordan, but there are some bricks on the vertical with a space between. A little bit of ventilation, but again, not enough. So proper ventilation is key on a raised foundation house if you want to save the foundation, right? So let's head back inside and start working, dude. So let me walk you through our game plan and let me show you how we're going to tackle this. We're going to cut through this subfloor right here. That's cut number 1. See where there's been a patch and the oak strip flooring's been repaired here and here? We're going to take that to our advantage, make 1 cut there. Then we're going to move 8 feet this way and make another cut in the middle of this doorway. So that's going to give us an 8-foot section that we're going to pull out, and that works great because we're using 4x8 plywood. We're going to make a cut in this closet door right here and remove all this oak strip flooring all the way back to that other beam. Once all the demo's done, we can start reframing it. So let's head outside, grab our saws, and start doing some demo. Check it out. Here's the original 1x8 shiplap subfloor. This is how they used to do it back in the day before we had plywood. But it's all rotten and it's got to come out. Check it out, guys. I got a pretty big hole to work in now, and we switched to the reciprocating saw.
Which I always have to sell you on. Like, Dad, can we please start using power tools?
No, you don't. And when I'm using a recip, especially with a blade like that, I am always mindful of any wires that may be up under the joist. Got these copper water lines down here, got a gas line right here. But check this out. Sometimes you don't even need power tools. So how do we know we can just start ripping the framing out of here, even though it's rotten, without further compromising the structure? Well, check it out over here to my left. You can see this is one of the new joists we put in when we redid the bathroom. Here's another one. Here's another one. And there's a couple behind Jordan. And so that is sitting on this 4x6 creosote treated beam. And we know it's creosote treated because we could smell the creosote when we did the bathroom, just like a railroad tie or the utility poles when we were kids. So these are holding up this wall. Now we have the same thing going on over here. This floor has all been reframed, so that new lumber is holding up all of this structure. So we're just concerned about this hallway right here. So we're going to continue with the demolition and start framing. Jack is holding up.
Yeah.
Check it out, everyone. We are almost done with demo. Just a little bit more to go, but we wanted to take a pause and show you what we found. As you can see, you now get a 360-degree view of how this thing was framed. And we found kind of a critical error. I'm going to show it to you over here, but first I want to come down here closer to Jordan and show you this one. You can see the end of this joist right here. Instead of the end of the joist landing on the beam over here, they let it in mid-span. The one coming from your left, from my right, was sistered onto this one with 6 nails. And that joint failed here, 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 all the way across. And you can see on this far wall how devastating that failure was. Here's the end of the joist closer to me. And here's the end of the joist on the other side of it. And they were sistered together right here. And it simply rotted and broke. Now check it out right here. We have this man-sized Jenga tower, and this was critical to save somebody's life and keep them from falling through this floor, right? We had this 2x8, another one that we've already removed. Hopefully we can save those and use them when we reframe this. And this bottle jack was keeping those two 2x8s supported. So I think our next step, I want to remove all this. We're going to get a rake, clean up all this lumber in case there are any nails sticking out. That way we don't step on a nail, it goes through our foot. And then we're going to see how we're going to reframe this and start rebuilding this floor.
Cool, rough setup.
All right, that's better. Wish I could get this out of the way. All right, we're all cleaned up. Now let's talk about this mud right here, because that's what it is. The water table is extremely high in this part of the state, and this, I'm just bouncing like a trampoline. And we have standing water under here from a rainfall the other night. So that exacerbates the problem, right? We have all this humidity under the house. So why don't you jump down here, Jordan, and we're gonna show you our next step.
All right, I'm gonna.
All right. Now remember the very first cut we made through the oak strip flooring and our subfloor right here. That's where our first joist is gonna be. Let me grab one of these blocks, buddy, and we can show them. We're gonna put in a new joist right there. It's gonna help support this and our new plywood on this side. But I want to get rid of this piece because it's in our way and it's pretty rotten right here. So our next step is to remove this, and I got a block on the other side that's going to be in the way of this joist. So we're going to remove this joist and that block, and then I think our next step, we're going to start rebuilding right here.
Cool.
You ready, bud?
Let's do it.
All right. All right, that was easy to take off. So I'll just cut out a section right here. All right, here's our first joist ready to go. We cut it to 10.5 feet long, and these 2x8s are 7 1/4 wide here. The end on my left, it's perfect. It's going to fit fine between the top of the sill and the bottom of the existing subfloor. But over here on the right, we did have to notch it because we don't want to fight it too much. And the plan is, now I'm sitting on both sills, and we're going to roll it up into place. Something like that. I'm going to pull it with a sledgehammer, and it's going to lift this up and support this floor really well and roll this into the position it needs to be. Once we get this one in, the rest are easy. All right, bud, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm going to just hold it so it doesn't fall.
All right.
Nice. All right, hold up. Let me hit this end back a little. I'm going to come down a little. I'm going to get it under there a little more. How's that?
Good.
Better?
Mm-hmm. Ready?
Yep. Nice. Look how that floor came up. Beautiful, man.
Nice.
All right, I'll get in here, tap it out. That's about 3/4, huh?
Yeah.
Nice lip for our new subfloor. All right. A little more here. All right, man, let's go grab some lunch and we'll finish this floor. All right, gang, that is nice and solid. We got our first one in, so we're gonna head outside, cut our next 3 with the same notch on this side, no notch on that side. Now here's the deal with this house. It's a huge piece of property, and there's actually another house right behind me a couple hundred feet away. The plan is they're gonna move into that one in a couple of years and tear this one down. So we don't have to make this one look pristine and perfect. We just have to make it functional and safe for 2 more years. All right, bud, let's head outside and cut some more wood. Our boards are cut to length. Something we're paying attention to is the crown. It's crowned this way, we want the crown up. If the crown were like this, like a belly, we would flip it over, so the crown's gonna be up when we install it. So any weight that's put on the floor helps to level that board out. All right, we got our first 3 joists in, and we were able to roll them up into position with the sledgehammer. Our 4th one's going right about here, but this corner has dropped too much. So we have a 12-ton hydraulic jack set up. We're gonna lift this corner and slide this joist in, put the wall back on top of it. I'm digging this out because our jack wasn't centered on the blocks. It's pushing down on one side of the block in that soft mud, and our post was crooked. So we're gonna get the jack right on the middle of our blocks.
And this is going to be hard because when the jack is trying to lift the house is trying to push the
Against
boards
the
into
mud.
the mud, right? What just happened?
It's just did that. Yeah. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah. About 1/4 of an inch already. You got to keep going until these miters line up. Oh my gosh. They have closed so much. You're almost there. Keep pumping it. What? Are you scared?
I am. I'm nervous. I'm anxious. This is
No, it is scary.
not something to be taken lightly, right?
True. All right, let's try and beat it in.
A couple more.
All right. You're gonna need me for this, aren't you? Yeah, I'm ready. Nice. Alright, you ready? Alright, so we'll go on 3. So it'll be like 1, 2, hit. Wait, but that was practice.
Huh?
No, I was giving you an example. Gotta come to you? Alright. Nice.
There we go.
Yep. Yep.
It feels wet.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Nice.
Cool, dude.
Right on.
We just needed that
Yeah.
eighth of an inch.
Uh-huh. You want 32?
Let's see if I can even move it.
Yep. Try and hit the top if you can. I know it's gonna be hard. Nice. You know what? Here, Dad. I can get some good hits on it with the sledge, or the framing hammer, whichever one. Yeah, let me get the sledge. Nice.
Try to time mine with yours. Ready?
No, I got it. Hold on.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Got to
32
come up
here.
through. Yeah, 3/4 of an inch. I'm taking the bottle jack handle out. Eighth of an inch. That's 32, dead on.
All right. All right, guys, we got these 3 joists in, and they are pretty good. Now, I don't know how it looks on camera, but they are not parallel. We had a lot of blocking, a lot of shims, a lot of stuff in our way on that beam end, so we did the best we could. The plywood's gonna lay this way. So the fact that they're off a little, it's gonna be fine. And check it out up here. We jacked up the house this much. This was our original mark for the laser, and this was the mark after we jacked it up. They made those miters tight, and this door right here, it wouldn't even swing at all. Now it's swinging just like the day it was put up. So our next step, we're gonna demo this hallway back to that sill, put it in our next 3 joists, and we're ready for plywood. I'm ready, bud. Are you?
Yeah, we got monsters in there. Do you need one?
I might. You know, I've never had a whole monster.
Well, today might be the day, buddy.
I don't know, it might make me like, woo. All right, let's get going. Okay, we have our 5th joist in, and we put in a block right there. It's fastened to these 2 joists, and that's going to support the wall. Ideally, I'd want a joist right here under the wall. We can't do that. Number 1, our jack is in the way, and number 2, I got all kind of joists in the way back in this room. So we've got our laser on, our bottom mark. Let's ease the pressure off the jack and see how much the wall drops. I'd be happy with what? Quarter inch?
Yeah.
There's a quarter. Right. Half an inch. Don't you see if that door still works?
Well, the subfloor right there is actually gone. So if there was a plywood subfloor there, it would have made that up.
Right here?
Yep.
Yep. Let's see if that door works.
Nope.
Here, let's slide one of these down, just to give you a place to walk on, just so it's a little better.
Walking on this stuff because
There.
that's what our life is about to be.
Crazy. All right, gang, quick little update. It is really difficult for us to video a project like this, but we're doing the best we can. As you can see, we have a sheet of plywood down. We left the jack in place, the bottle jack, and we notched the plywood and slid it around the bottle jack. Homeowner's gonna come back later, build a pier back here, then he can remove that jack. Because this corner really needs some support. Our next step, we're gonna cut this. It's an 8-footer by 26.5, and we'll screw that down just like this one is. This is really solid. Can't wait to see the homeowners on this. They're gonna be so happy coming out of their bedrooms, not having to do this all the time, right? Let's head outside, cut that piece of plywood, and then this one, and I think we can start cleaning up.
It's under the door.
Alrighty, gang, we are done. Now, our goal today was to make this safe, and we accomplished that. Now, it's not pretty. The homeowners are gonna make it pretty. They're gonna come back in here with another layer of 3/4-inch plywood. That'll flush it out right here to this oak strip flooring, and they'll put some other flooring in here, maybe this laminate. But now it is safe for our friend's father so he can get to the restroom without falling through the floor, and we are fired up about that. And Jordan got some framing experience today. He's gonna need that pretty soon, and you're gonna find out why in what, maybe a month or so?
Yeah, a little longer than that.
A little
but
longer.
yeah.
All right, so if you like that video and your like button's a little out of level, get yourself a 12-ton bottle jack, make it perfect or close to perfect like we did, smash it for us. Jordan and I will really appreciate that. Ask a question, drop a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you on our next Stud Pack video.